Lucas Hassan. Hey, Donald. Thanks for popping in here this morning with us, Lucas. You got you a free entry into my October free giveaway. Just so you do know, the first in the live chat and the timestamp of 10:19. Cards in my car with our Posada. Hello, Lucas. Kevin's card collecting and more. Good morning. All three of you got in at 10:19. Robert Hone is here. Wow, this is a record. This many people coming in so early. Four people chimed in at 10:19. No, boom. 2, 4, 6. Still got a few seconds left, mate. Till there's another one. Hello, Robert. Everybody that chimes in at 10:19 with a chat gets into the October giveaway. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Don. I'm here too, Robert Hone. All right. Patreon packages will be going out very, very soon. Most likely tomorrow they'll be sent out in the mail, just in case anyone is wondering. All but 2 are packaged up and ready to go. I got 2 more packages to go. All right, we got 10:20 there, so let me get my entrance into the Wheel of Names. Let me get Lucas in here. Lucas, you were the very first. Let me get you into the Wheel of Names here and get things rolling for today. All right, I got Lucas in there. Let's see, 1, 2. Cards in my car with our Posada. All right, let me get Roberto. How are you doing? I like that. All right, next on the list after Kevin's card collecting and more's in here. Let me get Kevin into the October giveaway. All right, get Kevin in here. And then next, who do we got after Kevin? I think it's Robert Hone. And then I will have everybody in for today. All right. Let me gotta adjust this just a hair. There we go. Now I got the whole thing in the background there. You probably noticed my new signage on my break table. Hopefully you can. Don't worry. Everybody else that's in there, including somebody new I added to the behind the scenes, behind the Major League Baseball team sign here. It's got all the emblems. When I move Bob Gibson's cards out of the way later, you'll get a better view of the whole board in the back there. But let me get Robert Hone in here real quick. I think I got them all in. Let me get Robert Hone. Go ahead and save this for today. Unless some other ways of entries show up along the stream, we are good to go for today. Again, sorry I was running a few minutes late, but at least as long as I get here by 10:30, we are doing good. Yesterday I had a double whammy. I had two dentist appointments. I went in for my morning cleaning, and then they decided, no, that one tooth that we were looking at for about a year and a half, it needs to be done. And they said, just by coincidence, we had an opening. So yesterday I went in and got a temporary crown on my back right lower molar. And so I have a temporary crown in. Next Monday I get to have my permanent crown put on. And I told them I've had enough crowns now to pay a couple people's paychecks probably. They started laughing at me. You ever feel like you're a chicken running around with your head cut off? That's what I've been doing this last weekend. But it has been a busy yet productive weekend. I did get Chuck's package that he sent me. It won't be an opening on the channel per se. It was some content I needed for my mystery bags, because I knew I was going to be running low on being able to. I don't like going to the dentist because they always find something to work on. Yeah, I know the feeling too. Sometimes I procrastinate and tell them I have to reschedule my appointment so I can wait a little bit longer. But it didn't work. They snookered me into it, and so I went back since I didn't really have, well, I did have stuff I had to do. But when you're retired, you tend to have lots of things going on in your life. But like is true, like my mom and stepdad always tell me, they tell me as soon as I retired, hello everyone, can't stay because I'm at work, just popping in quick to say hi. Thanks there, Chuck. Appreciate that. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up for me. And just so you know, Chuck, I did get your package. Actually, must have got delivered in the mail on Saturday. I picked it up Sunday. So thank you very much. I have a package almost ready, and I will be sending it out to you most likely sometime this week. Just so you know, okay, Chuck? I really do appreciate that, and was not expecting what I found in going through those 70s cards. That was totally awesome, and they are sorted. And I went from a little handful, about that many 70s cards, to a whole sleeve he sent me. I don't know if it was about a 400 count box. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I do like the way you package that. The box with the red, white, and blue, and the flags and stuff. So I've got you some USA baseball cards. Don't worry, it's none of the common ones. It's some relics and things like that I'll be sending your way, along with some other cards I found that you would probably enjoy, knowing the type of collector you are, and the type of things you like to see on baseball cards, like those good old US of A flags, or Independence Day type subsets that they do sometimes. So I'm going to be sending you an awesome package, and yes, you will get a one-of-one type of autograph on my rookie baseball card that I'm sending you, just so you do know. But yeah, thank you 100 times over for sending me those 1970s cards. Appreciate that. I didn't want to do it there. I had it this here. I got my next is the 2008 baseball cards, I believe, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow will be the 2008 baseball card set. But today we are going to go over Bob Gibson's player tribute biography. Rest in peace, Bob Gibson, November 9th, 1935 to October 2nd, 2020, which was last Friday, in which he passed on. So we'll be starting off with his Hall of Fame induction bio with his stats and stuff. And then I'll be going into reading and going through his biography and doing his baseball cards here. You probably notice a similarity in these two. This is his rookie medallion card. That's his rookie medallion card that I pulled out of that. The Series 1 rookie medallion card, or rookie commemorative medallion cards. And then this Project 2020 card is based on his rookie card, basically. So that's why they do look very similar there. And then I'm going to highlight through some of the Hall of Fame cards. I pulled out all the duplicates. So this is my Bob Gibson Hall of Fame holdout section for what I have for cards of Bob Gibson. So in about 2 minutes, we'll go into that. Cards in my car with Art Posada, Haley Deegan, NASCAR fan, and Cardinals fan 1990, Chuck Dupree, Kevin's card collecting, Robert Hone, and who was that popped in first thing earlier this morning? Lucas Hassan. Thank you all for being here. This is the quickest I think I've had 8 people watching and 6 thumbs up in a long time. We might get into double digits almost pretty close to when I start my stream at 10:30 with my content at hand. But that is what we got going on today. Did get tons of things done around the house. Had to repair our kitchen sink on Sunday. John Fishman's in the house. How you doing there, John? Thanks for popping in here with us. We got about a minute or less, and we will get into our content at hand. So, appreciate everybody being here today for this tribute biography for the late, great Bob Gibson with the St. Louis Cardinals. All right. So, as soon as my computator says 10:30, I'm going to get right into the reading of his Hall of Fame induction and his biography. And we have 10:30, so I am going to get into our content at hand. All right, so Bob Gibson, his full name was Robert Gibson, inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1981. And we did do the 1981 inductees earlier this year, I believe. I'm thinking it was this year. It was either this year or the very end of 2019. But Gibby is one of baseball's greatest competitors, said Stan Musial. Bob Gibson may well have been the most intimidating pitcher in history. That's tough. I lost almost all of my teeth, and all I got was a Purple Heart. Can't eat steak with a Purple Heart. I'm upset a lot with the loss of Gibson. Yeah, he led a good life though. He did lead a good life though. That's Bob Gibson may well have been the most intimidating pitcher in history. He was certainly one of the most successful. The Omaha, Nebraska native excelled at baseball and basketball in high school and played college hoops for Creighton University before a brief stint with the Harlem Globetrotters. In 1957, he signed with the Cardinals and made his big league debut in 1959. Let me just do a refresh on the chat so I know where I left off with reading through your messages on the chat. A 15-game winner by 1962, Gibson began to take flight soon after. He won 18 games in 1963 and 19 in the Cardinals' pennant-winning season of 1964, when he went 9-2 in his final 11 starts down the stretch to lead the Redbirds. In the World Series against the Yankees, he went 2-1, winning Game 5 at Yankee Stadium and then Game 7 at home on 2 days' rests. He was named World Series MVP. He was a 20-game winner in 1965 and 1966, winning the first of 9 consecutive Gold Glove awards and 65. A broken ankle in July of 1967 slowed him down to a 13-7 record, including 3 wins late in the season to help the Cards clinch another pennant. He went 3-0 with an ERA of 1.0 in the Cardinals' victory over the Red Sox, winning games 1, 4, and 7, and picking up his second World Series MVP award. The 1968 season has come to be known as the Year of the Pitcher, and Bob Gibson was certainly the Pitcher of the Year. He went 22-9 with a sparkling ERA of 1.12 to go along with 268 strikeouts, 13 shutouts, 15 consecutive wins, and a stretch of 95 innings in which he gave up just 2 runs. He was again 2-1 in the World Series, beating the Tigers in Game 1 and 4 before going the distance in a Game 7 loss. Gibson brought home both the 1968 Cy Young Award and the National League Most Valuable Player Awards. And in the ultimate compliment, baseball lowered the mound the following season because pitchers led by Gibson were dominated hitters and games were historically low scoring. Gibson earned a second Cy Young Award in 1970 and pitched a no-hitter against the Pirates in 1971. Injuries were beginning to take their toll, however, and Gibson wound down with a double-figure victory totals in 1973 and 74 before retiring in 1975. Gibson, 17 years with the Cardinals, netted 251 victories, 3,117 strikeouts, 56 shutouts, and an ERA of 2.91. He later served as a pitching coach for the Mets, Braves, and Cardinals. He was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1981 and the MLB All-Century Team in 1999. Joe Torre, Gibson's teammate from 1969 to 1975, and sometime battery mate, said, "Pride, intensity, talent, respect, and dedication. You need them all to describe Bob Gibson." Gibson passed away on October 2nd, 2020. "Gibson pitches as though he's double parked," said Vin Scully. For his career stats and career at a glance, again, he played in 528 games, 3,279 hits, 1,420 runs, 3,884 and a third innings pitched, 251 wins, 174 losses, a winning percentage of .591, a game started 482, an ERA of 2.91, games complete 255, 56 shutouts, a 1.188 whip, 6 saves, 1,258 runs earned, 1,336 walks, and 3,117 strikeouts. And again, he only played for one team his whole career, the St. Louis Cardinals, from 1959 to 1975. There we go. Get that off here, and we'll get into his bio in just not cooperating with me in just a minute. Then we move on till we get caught up in the chat, and then we will get into his biography. Wow, 1957 was the year he started to play. Positive Breaks is in the house, 1.12 crazy. Thanks for being in here, Positive Breaks. I appreciate you showing up. We've got 8 people watching. Make sure if you can do me a favor and just share us out to your social community if you want to. Danny and Gray's Toys in the house. Thanks, Danny and Gray. Hey, everyone. Hey, hi, Danny and Gray's Cards and Toys. Have not seen you in a while, buddy. Thanks for stopping by and popping into the chat here. Appreciate it. Gibby could get up at 2 a.m. and still hit the first batter he saw. All right, so let's get into his biography now, and then I'll go through and highlight some of the baseball cards that I've got in my Hall of Fame collection for Bob Gibson. So Bob Gibson, Robert Gibson, born Patrick Robert Gibson, November 9th, 1935, and passed away this last Friday, October 2nd, 2020, was an American professional baseball player who played 17 seasons in Major League Baseball for the St. Louis Cardinals from 1959 to 1975, nicknamed Gibby and Hoot after actor Hoot Gibson. Gibson tallied 251 wins, 3,117 strikeouts, a 2.91 earned run average during his career, a 9-time All-Star and 2-time World Series champion. He won 2 Cy Young Awards in the 1968 and the 1968 National League Most Valuable Player Award. Known for a fiercely competitive nature and for intimidating opposing batters, he was elected in 1981 to the Baseball Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility. The Cardinals retired his uniform number 45 in September 1975 and inducted him into the Team Hall of Fame in 2014, and we have to take a station identification break. John Fishman in there with a $2 super chat. He says, I got ants in my pants and need to dance. Didn't know if I could read emojis, huh? All right, thanks, John. There's 2 entries into my October giveaway for John. In case you haven't figured it out, that's another way to earn entries into my monthly giveaway. So let me get John in here for my October giveaway. All right. Get him added onto my wheel of names that's ever growing. What is today? The 6th of October. And the wheel is steadily filling up. All right. All right. Got you in there, John. I'm going to save this so we don't lose any of the data. All right. Then we will be good to go, and I will get back into our content at hand. Thanks, John. Oh, John Fishman's in the house, said Haley Deegan, NASCAR fan and Cardinals fan, 1990. All right, let's continue on with Bob Gibson's. Biography here. Born in Omaha, Nebraska, Gibson overcame childhood illness to excel in youth sports, particularly basketball and baseball. After briefly playing under contract in both the Harlem Globetrotters basketball team and the St. Louis Cardinals organization, Gibson decided to continue playing only baseball professionally. He became a full-time starting pitcher July 1961 and earned his first All-Star appearance in 1962. Gibson won 2 of 3 games he pitched in the 1964 World Series, then won 20 games in a season for the first time in 1965. Gibson also pitched 3 complete game victories in the 1967 World Series. The pinnacle of Gibson's career was 1968 when he posted a 1.12 ERA for the season and then recorded 17 strikeouts in Game 1 of the 1968 World Series. Gibson threw a no-hitter in 1971, but began experiencing swelling in his knee in subsequent seasons. After retiring as a player in 1975, Gibson later served as pitching coach for his former teammate Joe Torre, at one time a special instructor coach for the St. Louis Cardinals. Gibson was later selected for the Major League Baseball All-Century team in 1999. Gibson was the author of the memoir Pitch by Pitch with Lonnie Wheeler. Gibson died of pancreatic cancer on October 2nd, 2020. Next is his early life. Get into the chat here real quick. Do you like James Brown? John's asking. I've heard of James Brown, yeah. 3 weeks last October, and he must be answering somebody's question. John, that's way too much information. And then Haley Deegan. Hi, Robert Hone and John Fishman. Refresh the chat so I know where I've read through to this point. All right, Gibson's early life. Gibson was born in Omaha, the last of Pack and Victoria Gibson's 7 children, 5 boys and 2 girls. Gibson's father died of tuberculosis 3 months prior to his birth, and Gibson was named Pack Robert Gibson in his father's honor. While he revered his father's legacy, Gibson disliked the name Pack and later changed his first name to Robert. Despite a childhood that included health problems like rickets and a serious case of either asthma or pneumonia when he was 3, Gibson was active in sports in both informal and organized settings, particularly baseball and basketball. Gibson's brother Josh, no relation to the Negro League star player, who was 15 years his senior, had a profound effect on his life, serving as a mentor to him. Gibson played on a number of youth basketball and baseball teams his brother coached, many of which were organized through the local YMCA. Gibson attended Omaha Technical High School, where during his tenure he participated in track, basketball, and baseball teams. Health issues resurfaced for Gibson, though he needed a doctor's permission to compete in high school sports because of a heart murmur that occurred in tandem with a rapid growth spurt. Gibson was named to the All-State basketball team during his senior year of high school by a newspaper in Lincoln, Nebraska, and soon after won a full athletic scholarship for basketball from Creighton University. Indiana University had rejected him after stating their Negro athlete quota had already been filled. It was the same reasoning used to reject Oscar Robinson by Nebraska. While at Creighton, Gibson majored in sociology and continued to experience success in playing basketball. At the end of Gibson's junior basketball season, he averaged 22 points per game and made third-team Jesuit All-American. As his graduation from Creighton approached, the spring of 1957 proved to be a busy time for Gibson. Aside from getting married, Gibson had garnered the interest of the Harlem Globetrotters basketball team and the St. Louis Cardinals baseball team. In 1957, Gibson received a $3,000 bonus, a notable sum at that time, to sign with the Cardinals. He delayed his start with the organization for a year, playing basketball with the Globetrotters. However, he gave up as a traveling member due to long travels and many doubleheaders. Then we move into his baseball career. The one and only Dearman 2019. All right, Gibson was assigned to the Cardinals' big league roster for the start of the 1959 season, recording his major league debut on April 15th as a release pitcher. Reassigned to the Cardinals' minor league affiliate in Omaha soon after, Gibson returned to the major leagues on July 30th as a starting pitcher, earning his first major league win that day. Gibson's experience in 1960 was similar, pitching 9 innings for the Cardinals before shuffling between the Cardinals and their Rochester affiliate in mid-June. After posting a 3-6 record with a 5.61 ERA, Gibson traveled to Venezuela to participate in winter baseball at the conclusion of the 1960 season. Cardinals manager Solly Hemus shuffled Gibson between the bullpen and starting pitching rotation for the first half of the 1961 season. In a 2011 documentary, Gibson indicated that Hemus's racial prejudice played a major role in his misuse of Gibson, as well as of teammate Curt Flood, both of whom were told by Hemus that they would not make it as major leaguers and should try something else. Hemus was replaced as Cardinals manager in July of 1961 by Johnny Keane, who had been Gibson's manager on the Omaha minor leagues affiliate several years prior. Keane and Gibson shared a positive professional relationship, and Keane immediately moved Gibson into the starting pitching rotation full time. Gibson proceeded to compile a 11-6 record the remainder of the year and posted a 3.24 ERA for the full season. Off the field, Bill White, Curt Flood, and Gibson started a civil rights movement to make all players live in the same clubhouse and hotel rooms, and led the St. Louis Cardinals to become the first sports team to end segregation 3 years before President Lyndon Baines Johnson signed the Great Society legislation in 1964. All right. Then we got his playing years from 1962 to 1967. Right? In late May of 1962 season, Gibson pitched 22 and 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings on his way to being named to his first National League All-Star team. Because of an additional All-Star game played each season from 1959 to 1962, Gibson was named to the second 1962 National League All-Star game as well, where he pitched 2 innings. After suffering a fractured ankle late in the season, Gibson, sometimes referred to by the nickname Hoot, a reference to Western film star Hoot Gibson, still finished 1962 with his first 200-plus strikeout season. The rehabilitation of Gibson's ankle was a slow process, and by May 19th, 1963 season, he had recorded only 1 win. Gibson then turned to rely on his shoulder and 2 different fastball pitches to reel off 6 straight wins prior to late July. Gibson and all other National League pitchers benefited from a rule change that extended the strike zone above the belt buckle. Adding to his pitching performances was Gibson's offensive production, with his 20 RBIs outmatching the combined RBI output of entire pitching staffs on other National League teams. Even with Gibson's 18 wins and the extra motivation of teammate Stan Musial's impending retirement, the Cardinals finished 6 games out of first place. Let me get a sip of water here real quick. Wet my whistle. Thank you. All right. Building on their late season pennant run in 1963, the 1964 Cardinals developed a strong camaraderie that was noted for being free of the radical tension that predominated in the United States at that time. Part of this atmosphere stemmed from the integration of the team's spring training hotel in 1960. And Gibson and teammate Bill White worked to confront and stop use of racial slurs within the team. On August 23rd, the Cardinals were 11 games behind the Philadelphia Phillies and remained 6.5 games behind on September 21st. The combination of a 9-game Cardinals winning streak and a 10-game Phillies losing streak then brought the season down to the final game. The Cardinals faced the New York Mets, and Gibson entered the game as a relief pitcher in the 5th inning. Aware that the Phillies were ahead of the Cardinals 4-0 at the time they entered the game, Gibson proceeded to pitch 4 innings of 2-hit relief, while his team scored 11 runs of support to earn the victory. They next faced the New York Yankees in the 1964 World Series. Gibson was matched against Yankees starting pitcher Mel Stottlemyre for 3 of the series' 7 games, with Gibson losing Game 2, then winning Game 5. In Game 7, Gibson, who only had 2 days rest, pitched into the 9th inning, where he allowed home runs to Phil Lentz, Clete Boyer, making the score 7-5 Cardinals. With Ray Sadecki and Barney Schultz warming up in the Cardinals bullpen, Gibson retired Bobby Richardson for the final out, giving the Cardinals the first World Series championship since 1946. Along with 2 victories, Gibson set a new World Series record by striking out 31 batters. Gibson made the All-Star team again in the 1965 season, and when the Cardinals were well out of the pennant race by August, attention turned on Gibson to see if he could win 20 games for the first time. Gibson was still looking for win number 20 on the last day of the season, a game where the Cardinals manager, Red Schoendienst, rested many of the regular players. Gibson still prevailed against the Houston Astros by a score of 5-2. The 1966 season marked the opening of Busch Memorial Stadium for the Cardinals, and Gibson was selected to play in the All-Star game in front of the hometown crowd that year as well. The Cardinals built a 3.5 game lead prior to 1967 season All-Star break, and Gibson pitched the 7th and 8th innings of the 1967 All-Star game. Gibson then faced the Pittsburgh Pirates on July 15th, when Roberto Clemente hit a line drive off Gibson's right leg. Unaware his leg had been fractured, Gibson faced 3 more batters before his right fibula bone snapped above the ankle. After Gibson returned on September 7th, the Cardinals secured the National League pennant on September 18th, 10.5 games ahead of the San Francisco Giants. In the 1967 World Series against the Boston Red Sox, Gibson allowed only 3 earned runs and 14 hits over 3 complete game victories in Game 1, 4 5-hit shutouts, and 7 in the latter 2 marks, tying Christy Mathewson's 1905 World Series record, just as he had in 1964. Gibson pitched a complete game victory in Game 7 against Cy Young winner Jim Lonborg, who pitched a one-hitter in Game 2 and contributed offensively by hitting a home run that made the game 3-0. Gibson became the only pitcher to be on the mound for the final out of Game 7 of a World Series multiple times. Unlike the last win as World Series MVP, he finally got the men's suit endorsed that eluded him in 1964. He also gained endorsement and sponsorship for his asthma medication named Primatene Mist inhaler and tablets. That was a mouthful to say. All right, continuing on here in 1968, Year of the Pitcher. The 1968 season became known as the Year of the Pitcher, and Gibson was at the forefront of pitching dominance. His earned run average was 1.12, a live ball era record, as well as the major league record in 300 or more innings pitched. It was the lowest major league ERA since Dutch Leonard's .96 mark 54 years earlier. Gibson threw 13 shutouts, 3 fewer than fellow Nebraskan Grover Alexander's 1916 major league record of 16. He won all 12 starts in June and July, pitching a complete game every time, 8 of which were shutouts, and allowed only 6 earned runs in 108 innings pitched, a 0.50 ERA. Gibson pitched 47 consecutive scoreless innings during his stretch, at the time the 3rd longest scoreless streak in Major League history. He also struck out 91 batters, and he won 2 consecutive National League Player of the Month awards. Gibson finished the season with 28 complete games out of 34 game starts. Of the games he didn't complete, he was pinch hit for, meaning Gibson was not removed from the mound for another pitcher for the entire season. He also only conceded a total of 38 earned runs. Gibson won the National League MVP award, and not until Clayton Kershaw in 2014 would another National League pitcher do so. With Lenny McLean winning the American League's Most Valuable Player award, 1968 remains to date the only year both MVP awards went to pitchers, as McLean compiled a record of 31-6 record for the Detroit Tigers. For the 1968 season, opening batters only had a batting average of .184 on a bases percentage of .233 and a slugging percentage of .236. Gibson lost 9 games against 22 wins, despite his record-setting low 1.12 ERA. The anemic batting throughout baseball includes his own Cardinals team. The 1968 Cardinals had one 300 hitter, while the team leading home run and RBI totals were just 16 and 79, respectively. Gibson lost two 1-0 games, one which has been to the San Francisco Giants pitcher Gaylord Perry's no-hitter on September 17th. The Giants' run in the game came to a first-inning home run by lightning. Ron Hunt, the second of two he would hit the entire season, and one of only 11 that Gibson allowed in 304 2/3 innings. The year also was notable for Don Drysdale pitching a record 6 consecutive strikeouts and 58 2/3 consecutive scoreless innings. Game 1 of the 1968 World Series, Gibson struck out 17 Detroit Tigers to set a World Series record for strikeouts in one game, which still stands today, breaking Sandy Koufax's record of 15 in Game 1 of the 1963 World Series. He also joined Ed Walsh as the only pitchers to strike out at least one batter in each inning of a World Series game, Walsh having done so in Game 3 of the 1906 World Series. After allowing a leadoff single to Mickey Stanley in the 9th inning, Gibson finished the game by striking out Tiger slugger Al Kaline, Norm Cash, and Willie Horton in succession. Recalling the performance, Tigers outfielder Jim Northrup remarked, "We were fastball hitters, but he blew the ball right by us, and he had a nasty slider that was jumping all over the place." Gibson next pitched in Game 4 of the 1968 World Series, defeating the Tigers' ace pitcher Denny McLain 10-1. The teams continued to battle each other, setting the stage for another winner-take-all Game 7 in St. Louis on October 10, 1968. In this game, Gibson was matched against the Tigers by Mickey Lolick, and the two proceeded to hold their opponents scoreless for the last 6 innings. In the top of the 7th, Gibson retired the first 2 batters before allowing 2 consecutive singles. Detroit batter Jim Northrup then hit a 2-run triple over the head of center fielder Curt Flood, leading to the Detroit's series win. The overall pitching statistics in MLB's 1968 season, led by Gibson's individual record-setting performance, are often cited as one of the reasons for Major League Baseball's decision to alter pitching-related rules, sometimes known as the Gibson rules. MLB lowered the pitcher's mound by 5 inches in 1969, from 15 inches to 10 inches, and reduced the height of the strike zone from the batter's armpits to the jersey letters. All right, in 1969 to 1975. Continue on here. Give me 1 second. All right. Aside from the rule changes set to take effect in 1969, cultural and monetary influences increasingly began impacting baseball, as evidenced by 9 players from the Cardinals' 1968 roster who had not reported by the first week of spring training due to the status of their contracts. On February 4th, 1969, Gibson appeared on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson and said the Major League Baseball Players Association has suggested players consider striking before the upcoming season began. However, Gibson himself had no immediate contract to worry, as the $125,000 salary Gibson requested for 1969 was agreed by team owner Gussie Busch and the Cardinals, setting a new franchise record for the highest single-season salary. Despite the significant rule changes, Gibson's status as one of the league's best pitchers was not immediately affected. In 1969, he went 20-13 with a 2.18 ERA, 4 shutouts, and 28 complete games. On May 12, 1969, Gibson struck out 3 batters on 9 pitches in the 7th inning of a 6-2 win over the Los Angeles Dodgers. Gibson became the 9th National League pitcher and the 15th pitcher in Major League history to throw an immaculate inning. After pitching into the 10th inning of the July 4th game against the Cubs, Gibson was removed from a game without finishing an inning for the first time in more than 60 consecutive starts, a streak spanning 2 years. After participating in the 1969 All-Star Game, his 7th selection, Gibson set another mark on August 16th when he became the 3rd pitcher in Major League history to reach the 200 strikeout plateau in 7 different seasons. Gibson experienced an up-and-down 1970 season, marked at the low point by a July slump, where he resorted to experimenting with a knuckleball for the first time in his career. Just as quickly, Gibson returned to form, starting a streak of 7 wins on July 28th and pitching all 14 innings of a 5-4 win against the San Diego Padres. On August the 12th, he would go on to win his 4th and final National League Player of the Month award. On August the 10th, 6-0, 2.31 ERA, and 55 strikeouts. Gibson won 23 games in 1970 and was once again named the National League Cy Young Award winner. Gibson sometimes used the Cardinals as a pinch hitter, and in 1970 he hit .303 for the season in 109 at-bats, which was over 100 points higher than teammate Dale Maxwell. For his career, he batted .206, 274 for 1,328, with 44 doubles, 5 triples, 24 home runs, plus 2 more in the World Series and 144 RBIs, stealing 13 bases and walking 63 times. Gibson achieved 2 highlights on August 1971. On the 4th, he defeated the Giants 7-2 at Busch Memorial Stadium for his 200th career victory. 10 days later, he no-hit the eventual world champion Pittsburgh Pirates 11-0. At the 62-year mid-1909 to mid-1970 history of the Three River Stadium predecessor, Forbes Field, he was the 2nd pitcher in Major League Baseball history after Walter Johnson to strike out over 3,000 batters and the first to do so in the National League. He has accomplished this at home at Busch Stadium on July 7, 1974. The victim was Cesar Geronimo of the Cincinnati Reds. Gibson began the 1972 season by going 0-5, but broke Jesse Haynes' club record for victories on June 21st and finished the year with 19 wins. During the summer of 1974, Gibson felt hopeful and could put together a winning streak, but he continually encountered swelling in his knees. In January 1975, Gibson announced he would retire at the end of the 1975 season, admittedly using baseball to help cope with his recent divorce from his former wife, Charlene. During the 1975 season, he went 3-10 with a 5.04 ERA. In the 8 seasons from 1963 to 1970, Gibson posted a win-loss record of 156 .206 and 81 for a .658 winning percentage. He won 9 Gold Glove awards, was awarded the World Series MVP award in 1964 and 1967, and won the Cy Young Awards in 1968 and 1970. Don't mess with the Hoot. Robert says, the Bush family were very tight with money. I mowed their lawn, took all day, but tips were few and small. Oh my word. That's neat. Robert. Alright, don't mess with the Hoot. Gibson was a fierce competitor who rarely smiled and was known to throw bush-back pitches to establish dominance over the strike zone and intimidate the batters, similar to his contemporary and fellow Hall of Famer Don Drysdale. Even so, Gibson had good control and hit only 102 batters in his career, fewer than Drysdale's 154. Gibson was surly and brusque, even with his teammates. When catcher Tim McCarver went to the mound for a conference, Gibson brushed him off, saying, "The only thing you know about pitching is that it's hard to hit." Gibson casually disregarded his reputation for intimidation, those saying that he made no concerted effort to seem intimidating. He joked in an interview with the St. Louis public radio station that the only reason he made faces while pitching was because he needed glasses and could not see the catcher's signals. Post-playing career. Before Gibson returned to his home in Omaha at the end of the 1975 season, Cardinals general manager Bob Devine offered him an undefined job that was contingent on approval from higher-ranking club officials. Unsure of his future path, Gibson declined and used the motorhome of the Cardinals had given him as a retirement gift to travel across the western United States during the 1975 off-season. Returning to Omaha, Gibson continued to serve on the board of the local bank, was at one point the principal investor and radio station KOWH, and started Gibson's Spirits and Substance restaurant, sometimes working 12-hour days as co-owner and operator. Gibson returned to baseball in 1981 after accepting a coaching job with Joe Torre, who was then manager of the New York Mets. Torre termed Gibson's position as attitude coach, the first such title in Major League history. After Torre and his coaching staff were let go at the end of 1981, Torre moved to manage the Atlanta Braves in 1982, hiring Gibson as a pitching coach. The Braves proceeded to challenge for the National League pennant for the first time since 1969, and ultimately losing to the Cardinals in the 1962 National League Championship Series. Gibson remained with Torre on the Braves coaching staff until the end of 1984. Gibson then took to hosting a pre- and post-game show for the Cardinals. Baseball games on the radio, KMOX, from 1985 until 1989. Gibson also served as a color commentator for baseball games on ESPN in 1990, but declined an option to continue the position over concerns he would have to spend too much time away from his family. In 1995, Gibson again served as pitching coach on a Torre-led staff, this time returning to the Cardinals. As far as some personal information about him, Gibson was a father to 3 children. 2 with his first wife, Charlene, and 1 with his second wife, Wendy. In July 2019, Gibson's longtime agent, Dick Zitzman, announced that Gibson had been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer several weeks earlier and was due to begin chemotherapy. Gibson died October 2nd, 2020, in his hometown of Omaha, Nebraska, under hospice care after fighting pancreatic cancer for more than a year. As far as some of his honors, and this will close out our biography with him, Gibson's jersey number 45 was retired by the St. Louis Cardinals on September 1st, 1975. In 1981, he was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. In 1999, he ranked number 31 on the Sporting News list of the 100 greatest baseball players and was elected to the Major League Baseball All-Century team. He has a star on the St. Louis Walk of Fame. A bronze statue of Gibson by Harry Weber is located in front of Busch Stadium, commemorating Gibson along with other St. Louis Cardinal greats. Another statue of Gibson was unveiled outside the Werner Park in Gibson's home city of Omaha, Nebraska in 2013. The street on the north side of Rosenblatt Stadium, former home of the College World Series in his hometown of Omaha, is named Bob Gibson Boulevard. In January 2014, the Cardinals announced Gibson was among 22 former players and personnel to be inducted into the St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Fame for the inaugural class of 2014. So there you have it. Robert Hone, only 102 hit batsman. The only guys saying that was a smaller number were ones he missed. All right. So other than that, that is our tribute portion of the stream. Refresh the chat here real quick. Get a sip of water. You get a sip of water here. We'll take a brief moment here to go over some of the cards that I have on display here so you can see them. This one here, of course, is the Topps 2020, based on his rookie card. Okay, I'm thinking somebody can correct me if they know more than I've been able to research and find out. As far as the 2020 project, I believe it's 20 iconic baseball cards, 20 culture-defining artists. Project 2020 by Topps visually reimagines the baseball cards that have defined generations, ushering in a new era of seminal artwork. But I don't know for sure if they're doing 20 cards of 20 different players. I haven't fully figured that out yet. I do get some of them, but I haven't been getting all of them. It's just too big a collection. You can see this is up to 249. I don't have, but I think 50 something that of these that I've procured through this run. But they are beautiful, nice cards. That's for sure. I like. Some of them aren't as nice, but this one pretty much resembles what the his rookie card looks like. Similar format, except for this here is a different rendering than the Cardinals emblem down there. It does say the St. Louis Cardinals. They left off, and then it says behind his head, "Greetings from." So that is a cool looking card. And then of course this was the 2020 Series 1 rookie or commemorative medallion set, of which I've got the whole 50 card set, and I do have the current players Series 2 medallion playing card set. That is complete. I'll be going through and highlighting that set one of these days here. And then let me go over these parallel cards here. This is 1967. Bob Gibson won 3 games in the 1967 World Series. Then we got Heroes of Baseball, Major League Baseball, 125th anniversary. We've got 2005 baseball card with Cardinals, Bob Gibson. Then we've got, I think there's a couple then and nows in this horizontal group here like this. 1970, Bob Gibson with the St. Louis Cardinals, and Max Scherzer with the Washington Nationals, then and now, 1970 to 2019. Then we've got this. This is like I think this was a contest you could enter back in the day, but it has Bob Gibson on here. It says Topps Million Card Giveaway. We're giving you back the cards your mom threw out. Then they pretty much have like a code on the back here, but it's long since expired. It expired February 1st of 2011. All right, and then we've got a then and now 1964 to 2012 Bob Gibson and Justin Verlander. And then we have this one right here, Topps Heritage Flashback Baseball, Bob Gibson. I believe this is from 2016 on this particular card. So that goes through the what I call the horizontal or the landscape version. And then this would be the portrait type version here. The ones that go up and down, like most of the cards are generally this way, except for the ones they do landscape. All right, but Kmart 1962 to 1987 25th anniversary collector's edition with Bob Gibson. Then we got this one here, Old School Day Photos, Panini Contenders 2015 baseball. Bob Gibson picture from his school days, old school days, colors. Then we have here Bob Gibson Upper Deck All-Star Fan Fest in San Diego with All-Star Heroes, the St. Louis Cardinals. Then we have this one here from I believe this is 2013. 2013 Cooperstown collection with his 1981 induction information there. Then we have this one here is a Upper Deck product. I think this is a 75. Oh, not 75, a 2000. 20th Century Legends Bob Gibson pitcher from 1959 to 1975. Says 1968, Gibson had one of the most amazing seasons by a pitcher, winning the MVP and Cy Young Award. All right, and then we've got the 2001 Donruss Classic St. Louis Cardinals, Bob Gibson, the legend. Now we got to turn back the clock here. These are in no particular year order. I put them in order by card numbers. That way it's easy to find out what duplicates you have than trying to figure things out. Everybody has their own sorting system on when they arrange their cards. I'm back. IT showed up and had to work on my computer system here at work. Understand, Kevin. All right, so turn back the clock. Bob Gibson, 1968 pitcher cards. And this, I believe, is not a 1968 card. This is a 1988 card. So it's like a 20 years flashback card. This is from a Topps Heritage Baseball Flashback. Gibby gives a little extra. Gibby gives a little extra. This is 2013 Topps. All right. Gibby gives a little extra. Gibson's reputation as a World Series legend was hatched on October 12, 1964, when he gutted out 10 innings to defeat the New York Yankees in Game 5. Bob, who also would win Game 7 3 days later, struck out 13, allowed just 6 hits, and did not allow an earned run. Then the little cartoon figure says, I remember it like it was yesterday. 1964 saw the fifth Yankees versus Cardinals World Series. All right, now we got one of these little 3D type cards. Do you remember Busch Stadium, October 2nd, 1968? Great moments in baseball. You can see that there as it switches when you move. But on the back of this, it says Gibby gets K's mark. The pitching matchup for Game 1 of the 1968 World Series was a fan's dream. The Cardinals' Bob Gibson, with a National League record of 1.12 ERA, against the Tigers' Denny McLain, the Majors' first 30-game winner in 31 years. Both were their league's MVPs and Cy Young Award winners. It was no contest, however, as Gibson allowed only 5 hits and no runs, and McLain gave up 6 hits and 4 runs. Gibson struck out 7 of the first 9 batters he faced. By the end of the 8th inning, he had 14 Ks. Al Kaline went down swinging in the 9th after the first hitter singled. It was strikeout number 15 and equaled Sandy Koufax's 1963 World Series record. Norm Cash went down swinging for strikeout number 16, and Willie Horton had a 2-2 count on him when Gibson threw a wicked slider. It caught the inside corner of the plate for strikeout number 17. The game was over, and Gibson was the new series strikeout king. This little subset they had of these back in the day. So there you have it. That's my collection that I have of baseball cards of Hall of Famer Bob Gibson. All right, let's see. Kevin's card collecting and more. So I had to quickly shut off YouTube. Oh, yeah. Understand. Kevin, don't forget to clear your browser. Otherwise, they might know what you're doing. Just a little side note, so they can't hear in the background. Okay, so that pretty much takes care of what we have. Oh, let me I'll put these away here soon. Let me just move these out of the way for now. Sorry about that. Let me move these out of the way for now. All right, and that way you can see my new signage I got up here. That way you can see my new signage. Let me just put this stuff off to the side here for now. Put all these in order later. But there you go. Now you can see my full signage for Major League Baseball, American League, National League. I like the way this is laid out with the symbol in the middle. I guess they got the red is the National League, and the blue or the darker color here is the American League. And you got all 15 teams in each league, 5 per division. So I don't think they got them in any specific order that I'm aware of, because they seem kind of mixed up to me. But that is that portion there. Just wanted to share that on our party note for today. I do have some other errands. My wife had a bonus day off, so she's off today too. So unless there's something else anybody in the channel would like to talk about or chat about, I'm willing to do that. But we got my 10 thumbs up, thummies up for me. That is cool. But we got 4 watching now. I'm sure our viewership dropped down a little bit as we progressed. But other than that, here I'll show you that this is just kind of sitting here, easily movable. I do have everything in the background here. There, I could actually slide this up like that, and then you could still see the sign and all the cards in the background. You can see all the cards in the background here. All right, there's I got that in the package from Chuck. That's Chuck Dupree's rookie card, autographed. Pull that out from here. Oops. I had put him in front of Joe iPhone. I don't hardly even see him on my stream anymore. But that is Chuck's rookie card. Oh, I like that. It's all, his rookie card is all black and white basically, except for his photo and the rookie card symbol. But I like that on the back here on Chuck's card. He's got, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. Hashtag never quit. Thank you to all who serve. God bless America. Bring them home or send us back. I like that. Thank you there, Chuck, for that. Appreciate that very much. Along with the package you sent to help me out with my mystery product. But other than that, I can put these two Bob Gibsons back up on the board here when we get ready to sign off for now. All right, that way you can still see my new sign here, right next to my bell. Chuck loves his USA. Yes, cards in my car with our Posada. I'm here. So it looks like Kevin's here, Robert's here. Is Robert Hone still with us in the background? It says for watching. But other than that, I can't think of anything else to go over, really. I got plenty of stuff to do, plenty of errands to do, plenty of things to keep me busy through the day with my wife being off. No, we sent one box to her family to the Philippines yesterday, and we got a box we're going back to the Filipino store and sending another box to our missionary in which our church supports. Just as if we send it out now, early October, there's a chance they could get it in time for Christmas. So this is going to be trying to send them their Christmas gift from me and my wife. But other than that, I can't really think of anything else to talk about. Robert Hone says, I'm here. All right, so I'm going to get ready to turn the camera around and say my goodbyes so you can see the gear I'm wearing today, as far as my baseball cap, as far as my, of course, a player biography. What shirt do I wear on my player biography day? This isn't a trivia question yet, just seeing the ones that watch my channel all the time. Does anybody know what t-shirt I am probably wearing today for the player biography? Just curious. Just. Okay. So let me just line that up. Turn my camera around. There we go. There's my baseball cap. Throwback. Just the S for the Mariners. The old S hat. This one I believe this is the Griffey hat. This is the Griffey hat. Along with his embroidered auto on the back. So this is my Griffey throwback hat here with the S. And then of course it is my player name t-shirt for the player biography. Edgar, Ichiro, Randy, Ken. Everybody knows who they are. Once once Ichiro makes it into the Hall of Fame, this will be a quad Hall of Famer t-shirt. Edgar Martinez, Randy Johnson, Ken Griffey Jr., and soon to be Hall of Famer Ichiro. All right. So you all have a great and wonderful day. This has been Donald Blomdahl, Hall of Fame veteran, sports cards and collectibles, having been live to you. Acronym for the 4 is Eric. O-E-R-I-K. Oh yeah, Eric. You would pick that out there, Kevin. This is my Eric shirt. Is that what you're trying to say? This is my Eric shirt. Edgar, Randy, Ichiro, and Ken Griffey. That's one easy way to remember it. The Eric shirt. I would take that as an answer for the trivia question, that's for sure, when we do get into trivia. So other than that, you all have a great and wonderful day, and we will see you tomorrow for our Topps Baseball box opening series for the entire set of the 2008 baseball cards. Okay, so until then, y'all take care. Lord bless you, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye for now.